Can you comment on what relationships you found important, that gave you information?
Position of the feet.
Position of the feet. Thank you.
Underneath the knees.
Underneath the knees.
So we just call that negative space? Because there's negative space under the knees, the back, the neck.
Yeah, but we also want to define them or note them. So once we've said it and connected it, the next time maybe we could refer it to as that. But position of the head.
Weight under the
Distribution of weight. And how did you observe that, or did you feel that? Felt. So someone felt, one observed.
distance between hip and bottom of the rib cage. On each side. Space.
Distance between the ribs and the rim of the pelvis.
Length of the arch of the back.
Length of the arch of the back.
Pressure of the hand in the floor compared to the other hand.
So the weight on one hand. Yeah. Very good. Contralateral relationships.
Yes.
Remember that from last segment? Yeah.
Level of the shoulders.
Level of the shoulders. Position of the nose. Position of the. So we had position of the head. Was there something distinction you made between the position of the head and the position of the nose?
Yes, it was easier to see where the head was looking at the nose.
Okay, so it's the orientation of the nose. Well, hopefully it's in the same place in the face or a similar place. But usually when we see the orientation of the nose, we're relating it to somewhere else, and it's that midline that we're using.
Is that about the contralateral relationships? Because I was...
More than 5 words. and it's a question, but so can we hold that for a moment, Margaret? Homolateral relationships? Cardinal lines? Sorry, what? I missed that. Direction. What direction? Okay, so direction relative to the midline. Direction left, right. Direction, okay, so directions. And maybe you could subset the directions. Distance to floor, yep. Of anything, yeah. So of the lumbar spine, of the knees, of the head, great. So you're really noticing quite a lot, huh? Sorry again?
Thoracic twist.
Twist, yep. Thoracic twist. Sternum. Beg your pardon? Level relative to the floor. So that again will be lines of symmetry or planes. So it'll be a plane of the floor, but it's the positional relationship of the ASIS. Assis?
Degree of stability.
Degree of stability. Can you say more? Allow you a few extra words.
Because there's one position where I'm very unstable.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes, I allowed him.
Oh, okay. There's one I can demonstrate. There's one position which I'm very much unstable, which I can demonstrate if you wish.
Yes, please.
Then I don't go with me 5 words.
Yeah, but you're doing actions as well. That counts.
Who said actions speak louder than words?
I may exaggerate for the purposes of the demonstration.
So what are you feeling, Ray?
I don't have a home. It's fishing around.
In terms of maintaining that position.
Yeah.
Standing.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Anything else?
Softness of the tissue on one side compared to the other. Like the tissue was just melted down into the floor through here, and the other was very rigid.
Underneath the lower back. Are you talking about? The pelvic muscles and the lower back muscles. Yep. The softness, the texture, the.
On the one side,
Okay, that's what we just need.
was twitching on the other side.
Length of the
Okay.
legs.
So there was a significant difference in that position.
Okay.
The person
Can we say? Yeah. Just want the 5 words. If you can find a way.
twitching of muscles,
Okay. Which.
muscle
Yep.
tension.
Muscle tension. And length of the legs. Great. I think that's quite sufficient. Did it help you for yourself get clear about the orientation of your pelvis when people were touching and sensing you? Great. So now we're going to continue the same groups of 3. Yesterday we were finding the ground through from the knee in sitting. Today, in your groups of 3, you're now going to see how movement informs your sense and understanding of the orientation of their pelvis. So you're going to bring your hands to conform to the anterior bones of the pelvis and go for a ride first. Now, to go for a ride, you need to be able to move yourself to be able to follow their movement. Now, just how would you feel if I did this? Or I did that? Yes. So we want to consider how we enter this space. Yes. So you need to follow without biasing their movement. You really need the availability. Or you can ask someone to move a little, make the movement smaller to help you find this bone. Because often we want to go, where's that bone? You can ask the person, and some of you are more familiar and others you are less familiar. Ask the person to put their hands there. Then you put your hands on top of their hands, they slide their hands away. And the beautiful thing about the handles on the pelvis is it just conforms. Now if you put your own hands there, this is the upside down position of the hands, but you could feel how this padding, this valley in your hand can go either side, thumb on one side, fingers on the other, and your hands can mold around. It takes you don't want to be bone on bone here necessarily, but your intention is to find a hold of them through their pelvis from this perspective. Too much pressure with your thumbs, it's going to be painful. So you're really looking for contouring. Ask for feedback about it. Go for a ride. Just forwards, tilting the pelvis forwards or backwards, 3 to 9. Then find out if you can feel the ground underneath their pelvis. And see what it's like as a first, find out what it's like as a first approximation to, if you can guide their pelvis 12 to 6 or 3 to 9. Another tool that you can use while you're doing this is when you bring your hands on their pelvis and you're getting to know them, contouring to them and finding a connection, before they go for a ride or as they go for a ride, can you tell how their pelvis is oriented on the clock? Then it's about which part of the pelvis you're considering the orientation of. But just think about, use the idea of a clock if it's helpful. See, is there one arc of the clock? Maybe you could think of, you know, the 3 to 12 or 6 to 9 rather than an hour necessarily. Okay? So you're going to use the image of the clock, contour your hands, ask for feedback or help, take time to sense their pelvis, really organize yourself so that you can move and you're not all the way over on top, hovering over your partner. Go for a ride and then find out if you can suggest those directions. So groups of 3, position lying on the back with the knees bent, and each person have a turn. 7 minutes each. And no discussion to begin with. Hello? Limit your discussion to feedback. That's asking a question. Is this comfortable? Or would you like more pressure or less pressure? So that's the level of discussion.